Bobby is a noisy neighbor. This was the first skit of 2019 to kick off the new year. We just finished both the Halloween special and the Christmas special, both very beloved and quite ambitious. You can see Aaron Fox's arm back there, which kind of bothers me. Just because we were doing these shots back and forth with this scene, since I was, still wearing the Aaron Fox costume when I was filming Mr. Beowulf's part, and I guess we got this mailbox closing just right in this shot, so I ended up just keeping it. But the story for this skit, Bobby originally, Bobby received this drum kit for Christmas, so it actually connected with the Christmas special. But my dad was a professional drummer, and he's overall a drum enthusiast, so he practices at the studio room that he'll rent out. And so what we were originally going to do was take Bobby to the studio and act like he really revamped the garage to look all fancy and like this really awesome studio building. But we realized, with the kind of shots and the vision that I had for this, that it wasn't going to really work, so I figured we might as well do it in the garage anyway, because we're having a lot of shots that involve the garage door opening and the just that darker look of the garage, so we kind of changed it a bit. But him getting on Mr. Beowulf's nerves and him calling the cops, that idea was always there from the very beginning. And I believe Officer Jenkins, who my older sister purchased for me at a thrift store, I believe she had this skit in mind when buying him. So that's kind of this was sort of the creation of Officer Jenkins. This shot here with Aaron's mouth opening, a lot of people have thought that the mask's mouth actually opens, and they just never saw that before, or I never utilized that before. But really all I did was I just took a string and I pinned it to the bottom of his chin, and I pulled on the string in that shot. So then what I did in the editing was I took a piece of my shirt from another shot and just covered up the string with that. So it's kind of a combination of both practical effects and computer-generated effects. And this scene here with Bobby playing the drums, this whole sequence was very difficult to film because I basically had to lay on the ground. I think my dad did the arms because since he's a drummer, he's going to know, what drums to hit and how to do these patterns. And originally it was just going to be his hands wearing these gloves, but we ended up using Bobby's arms, and then I had to do Bobby's head, so it was hard with the camera angles so that you couldn't see us and all that. It was quite challenging. I really like the physical comedy with his Mr. Beowulf's mask and the sort of Jurassic Park glass of water. And this room is actually a different room than the room where he was in bed. We just wanted a better shot where he was looking out the window, so we actually did a little bit of editing magic where we just cut between two different rooms. And you really don't notice unless you really know the layout of our house. I feel like that's another phone. That's not mine. That was just some old phone we had laying around. I feel like we use a lot of different cell phones for these videos. And the lighting too, I was trying to figure out how to make it look more like a concert, so we just grabbed two desk lamps and just put them under there. That shot too where Aaron and Shelley look over I always feel like it looks kind of weird, and that's because it's just reversed. It's a shot of them looking over at Bobby, just reversed, so that's why it looks a little bit odd.
I can explain.
And that was fun too, having Shelley disappear. And poor Aaron's left to try to explain himself to the cops, of course. And we're actually using some Nickelodeon stock music, I believe. That was specifically Ren and Stimpy here at the end. So that was just a kind of a fun choice to throw in there that I don't usually do for the other videos.